along the lake. Workers building cabin after cabin. Anyone else would have stepped in immediately, but I stayed quiet because I already knew something they didn't. That shoreline they were building on wasn't fully theirs. I had owned land around that lake for years. Not the cabins, not the development, but something far more important. A legal shoreline easement, one that ran exactly through the area they were building on. They didn't notice it, or maybe they ignored it. Either way, they kept going. Day by day the project grew. Wood frames turned into full cabins. Roofs went up, windows installed. And soon, those cabins started looking expensive. Luxury lakefront properties. The kind people don't think twice about buying. And that's exactly what happened. Every single cabin was sold. 14 units. All gone before completion. Buyers excited. Agents confident. Developers proud. Everything was going perfectly. At least for them. I stayed quiet the entire time. No complaints. No warnings. No interruptions. Because I wasn't planning to stop them. I was waiting for the right moment. And that moment came on closing day. The day everything becomes official. That morning the place looked perfect. Clean pathways. Fresh wood finishes. Beautiful lake views. Buyers walking around smiling. Talking about moving in. Living the dream. The developer stood there confident. Like everything was under control. That's when I walked in. Calm. Unrushed. Holding a folder. I didn't raise my voice. Didn't make a scene. I simply introduced myself. And handed her the documents. At first she didn't take it seriously. Just another paper. Another formality. But then she started reading. And her expression changed. Confusion first. Then concern. Then complete silence. Because what she was looking at was the shoreline easement. Clearly documented. Legally recorded. And running directly through the land those cabins depended on. Deck areas. Walkways. Access to the water. All of it affected. The mood changed instantly. Smiles disappeared. Conversation stopped. Buyers started asking questions. Agents looked at each other, unsure what to say, because this wasn't small. This was serious. She tried to brush it off, said it must be a mistake, said they had permits, approvals, everything. So I showed her more. Maps, legal descriptions, records. Everything matched perfectly. There was no mistake. That easement had always been there, and it gave me rights, real legal rights, that didn't disappear just because something was built on top of it. Now the pressure was real. Buyers stepped back. Deals paused. No one wanted to sign anything. Not with a problem like this. The developer pulled me aside, tried to talk privately, said it must have been overlooked, asked if there was a way to fix it. And of course there was, but not the way they expected. Now it wasn't about ignoring it. Now it had to be done properly, legally, fairly. Offers started coming in. They wanted to buy the easement, compensate, do whatever it took to move forward, because every delay was costing them money, a lot of it. I didn't rush my decision, because this was a moment I had been waiting for. Everything was on the line. Their project, their sales, their reputation, all depending on one thing. My approval. She came back again. No confidence this time. No attitude. Just pressure. Asking what it would take. I looked at the cabins, at the buyers, at the lake, and then I gave my answer. Make it right. Not quick. Not hidden. Not ignored. Properly. In the end, that's exactly what happened. New agreements were created. The easement was addressed legally. Compensation was settled. Everything documented the right way. Closing was delayed, but not canceled. Buyers stayed. Cabins sold. And the project moved forward. But now with full awareness, because they finally understood something important. You can build something beautiful. You can sell it fast. But if you ignore what already exists, it will catch up to you. Sooner or later, I never needed to stop construction. I never needed to argue. I just needed to wait. Because timing is everything. And on that day, at the exact right moment, everything changed. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And tell me, where are you watching from?